Hi guys, I want to welcome you. You're here with Everything Waterfalls. You're looking to create a water garden. I've heard people say, well, I'm trying to do some researching what fits, and there's really nothing better than artificial rocks. Not only, because a lot of times when you put a rock in your garden, it's uneventful. What is uneventful? I've seen it for so many years, it's boring. And with this, you can recreate with a real rock. It's there. You're not going to pick it up and all of a sudden it becomes boring. So with this stuff you can redo different things. Maybe you want to come with a different one. But let's get into the maintenance issues of the water garden. And we're not comparing this to a fountain, one of the cheap fiberglass type fountains where you put it out there. It is what it is. It fades, it cracks, it breaks, you throw it away. We're looking for a legit water garden. We're looking to make a waterfall with a pond, possibly a creek. We're looking to put maybe some accent rocks, bubbling rocks. This is where we're at right here. And how about the maintenance? And when we're looking, and I always like to refer to it, not to put it down as a milk jug, because it's really not that far. We're using polyethylene parts as far as so-called real waterfalls. We're using real rocks to cover all the prefab stuff, liners, rubber, and stuff. And one thing that I forgot to tell you on the materials, when it comes to because I don't feel like doing the 50th take on a video, but when it comes to the this polyurea, this here is said to be, I don't know if it was 15 times stronger than that of a EPDM liner, and that's the same thing with a PVC liner. PVC is horrible with the ultraviolet rays, not to say that's why we use this, but that's all part of the maintenance. When you get into stuff like this, you're going to expect and that's the same thing with mine out there. I have 3 ponds. All of a sudden I want it to be real. I put rocks on the bottom, I put pebbles. Guess what? The leaves fall and you try to get it out. All of a sudden you create a lot of soot. There's a lot of maintenance. It's undesirable for most people in a residential. They don't want to take the time to get a vacuum cleaner, go and get this $300 or $400 vacuum cleaner and vacuum all the rocks out. They want something simple, something easy, something that they can put in, clean, and they're done. So with this setup here, something like this, and all part of the maintenance too, is when you're in the colder regions, you're always going to have movement, whether it's freezing and thawing. Water gets in there. You're not going to beat water, and that's why a lot of stuff people use, whether you like it or not, real waterfalls. They put unlimited. There's a ton of cement. There's a lot of foam. There's a lot of stuff to come up with something that looks like this. But it's a disaster as far as maintaining, because the water gets into the different rocks, it heaves, it pulls. All of a sudden a rock gets pushed out and it falls onto your liner, it could puncture it. All of a sudden you get a leak for a lot of the ponds, and that's where I came in at the one upper end landscaping. They wanted me to look for all their leaks, because with my unlimited maintenance stuff that I used to do with chemicals and stuff, when there was a leak, I was on it, I could find it. That's the same thing with water garden. All of a sudden they have this big massive mess with cement and rocks, and well, it's a leak, it's leaking. Well, yeah, it's gonna leak, because your EPDM rubber is only gonna last, and if you have sharpness to it, whether something punctures from the bottom, well, you get the idea. It's a maintenance mess. And with this, you can come with a hose, you can rinse it off from time to time. If it gets a little bit out of hand, you can take a power washer and it revives it right back to the way this looks here. Another thing is with the ponds, I mean, all of those are very easy. For worst case scenario, you can put a pump in there, pump the stuff out, clean it with a little shop vac, wet vac. Put the water back in, you're ready to go. Very easy, very simple, awesome for the do-it-yourself people, and you're not creating a time, because time, that's another thing I wanted to bring the point up, is just because it's your time you gotta put a value in it. It's taking you away from something else, and maintenance sometimes and maintaining it is fine, but when you put in a ton of hours, it's taken away from something else that maybe you'd rather do than to get a vacuum cleaner and kind of clean the rocks and pebbles. So that's all I have as far as the maintenance part. And remember the pie that I brought on in one video, you're looking at the whole pie, you're not looking at a piece. What happens if you see 3/4 of it? You're still missing something. So this here, as far as researching what you're looking for, I got 80 years put into this. This is my hobby. So of course, if I'm putting it in my yard, it better be damn good, because I got about 13, 14 gardens out there. I don't have time to spend all summer to vacuum clean some rocks. I'm going to go in there, blow through the whole thing in a few hours and get the things going, and I'm done.